If you will, just tell me what it was like when you and I first started and where you were.
When I first started, I don't even know how to explain it. As dysfunctional as a person gets. I couldn't be around crowds of people. Really didn't want to be around anybody else. Had completely isolated myself from my family. Just probably about as bad as it gets. I kind of put myself in a little hole, and that's where I wanted to stay. Lost interest in basically everything that I ever enjoyed doing. Even when I was able to do things that I used to do, after about 5 or 10 minutes into it, that was it. I didn't want to be doing it anymore, and I'd have to find something else. I was about as anxious as a person could ever get. Just staying. I don't even really know how to explain it. Fidgety, worried, angry. All those kind of wrapped up into one package that just never seemed to go away.
Yeah. And what happened after we started working together and going to the workshop?
Things dramatically started to get better as soon as we actually started doing TAT. What I tried to do was I started off with the little things that were bothering me just to kind of see how it worked. Because I was really skeptical. I didn't think it was. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think it was for me. Didn't think it would work. Just not that. I didn't think I was that kind of guy. I didn't really believe in that kind of therapy, treatment, whatever. But it has. I cannot believe the way that it's changed my life. I thought that I was doing fairly well before the workshop. But after going through the workshop and actually doing it with other people, normally I wouldn't even be around groups of people at all. I couldn't stand to be in the same room with other people. It became like a kind of like a crutch at the end there. I needed those people around me to make me feel better. But it's completely changed my life. I'm happy at work. I love what I do. I don't get frustrated at work. I still have some cognitive issues with my injury, so it's a little harder for me to do some things than it is the average person. I don't get frustrated about it anymore at all. I'm able to take groups of people. I'm able to be functional and actually go to the store and go shopping without just either having to walk out after about 2 or 3 minutes, to where I can actually I'm kind of functional as a person again. I can drive around town without getting mad. I'm able to just kind of function in society now, which is cool. I look forward to waking up every morning and eager about getting on with the day. Whereas before, I just kind of deep down in the back of my head, I was just saying, wow, it wouldn't be too bad if I just didn't wake up because I didn't have to worry about this anymore. But after the last 5 months it's completely changed my life. I am a 100% new person. I'm just kind of really loving life.
Wonderful.
It's awesome.
So how were things before the workshop and before you started doing TAT?
Still struggling. I had been through probably 2 counselors. I had Dr. McRae and another doctor I was seeing on post. And, in a sense things were starting to get a little better, but I was still, disconnected from family, from friends, from everything. I'd kind of really gone deep into isolation to myself. I just didn't want to be around anybody, didn't want to do anything. Nothing interested me. I just didn't really care about much. It was kind of a functional person on the outside, but as far as into dysfunction on the inside as you could probably get, because I just had just wasn't alive inside at all. After coming to this, after the first couple of sessions I had worked with Dr. McRae before we actually started, I started feeling like something inside. It was like, kind of like an energy. It's like everything was starting to get a little lighter, and every time I would actually go see him, I'd feel a little bit better at the end. And the other psychiatrists I had been seeing,
I'd go and get home like that was a waste of time, you know. But after coming through the session, by Wednesday, after the first week, I mean, I just really 100% inside started to absolutely come alive. I mean, I was getting all this aggravation and fear and disgust with myself out, and it just kind of was fading away. I mean, every time I went through TAT, it just gave me such clarity and such energy. I mean, I'd go home at night and be just energized. I didn't want to sleep. I felt alive.
You've never done, in years.
Yeah, and it was true. I just wanted to lay in bed and talk, and tell her about my day, and tell her about what new things I had experienced, and just really started to pick up on caring again, which has changed me tremendously. It's made me feel like I've been able to reconnect with my family, reconnect with my kids. When they came in Saturday, I mean, I could see an absolute change in them after the session, because they didn't look at me like, oh, I'm not too sure if I want to ask him if he wants to do this, because I know what his answer is going to be. You know what I mean? It's like my son with video games, or my daughter just wanting to sit on the couch and shoot the crap while we're watching TV or whatever. And it's completely changed now. I mean, daughter will come over, jump down on the couch next to me. What's up? My son, I think every day since Saturday has been, hey, Dad, come on down. We got video games. I got so-and-so coming over the house, and, we want to play against you, and, we want to, beat you up. Whereas before, I don't think he would have even really asked. And there's times that he's come up to me and seen what kind of mood I was in, and just like, whatever. And then he'd be like, Dad, and I'm like, what? And that's, no, don't worry about it. And he'd go back to his room. So it's kind of, it's changed all of us. It's relieved my stress at work. I mean, I can actually go through a day and not come home with a migraine, feeling sick to my stomach, just wanting to go to bed. I come home and it's like, wow, what'd y'all do today? It's given me just I don't know, it's opened some doors for me, I guess, in my mind. It's making life a lot funner to I'm just enjoying it a lot more now. And it's weird because, I tried every night to just focus on kind of one thing, and I had so many things flying around at one time, and it actually grabbed, I think, a piece of everything that's ran through my mind every night. And it's brought kind of a closure to it in a sense, and it's helped me to kind of recognize it and say, yeah, it happened, and I'm done with it. It's 100% changed me. I mean, I can't believe it. I am not the same person that walked in here a week ago. I feel like, these people, you guys are like part of the family. I mean, I feel so comfortable. I mean, she can ask you, for me to open my mouth and say the things that I've said here. I've been with her 18 years now, and she has never heard any of those words ever come out of my mouth. I've never talked about combat, I don't think, at all at home. And it's been an experience for her, but I think it's kind of, in the same sense, it's helped her realize really kind of what I've been through, and why when they come in the house that maybe I'll go to a different room, or maybe I'll just go sit outside, and then when everybody's outside, I just kind of get that irritation thing, and then I'll go back inside, because I wanted to be isolated. I wanted to just be left alone. I wanted to be just me and my thoughts, and I didn't want anybody else around me, because I didn't want anybody feeling what I felt, and I thought that when we were together, they felt it. And I just don't feel that way now. I mean, it's completely changed my outlook on life. It's changed my outlook on everything. And I'll tell you, I think I can deal with anything right now. I really, really can. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely.
Dawn, what's this been like for you?
It's been great. The other day, we went to dinner. We came home, had ice cream. We're all sitting on the porch and laughing, and it was just like...
We haven't done that in 5 years. Normally we go to dinner, as soon as we're done eating, we're out. We don't sit around, we don't talk, we don't hang out, we don't nothing.
So it's just, having him back is just...
It's awesome. It's fun to be back. It really is. I wish every soldier in the military could go through this experience. I really, really wish they would. And I've got a lot of close friends, I've got a lot of problems, and I wish I could have put some shackles on them and drug them down here. Just have them sit through one session to see how it's changed their life, because, I mean, that's all it takes is one session, and you can feel the difference. So after a week of this, I'll tell you, I'm pretty good right now. look at the guys that have come through here just one session, the way that the holy crap that came out of them at the end. It's like, wow, what just happened? And it's like a ton of bricks just, fell out of the back of your pickup truck, and now you're running 90 when you haven't gone over 25 in 2 years. I've been working on my memory, and I'll tell you, I work with numbers at work, and that's where my dysfunction's been is numbers and organization. And I'm actually starting to get organized now. Even just after this week, I can see it. I'm handling multiple tasks at work, whereas before I could only do one thing at a time, and the rest of it just got put on the back burner until I was finished, and I go back. Whereas right now, I'm actually working 5 projects all at the same time, and I'm not feeling lost doing it, whereas before I was. And that's just after this week. I was working ammo today, and the stuff I was able to recall, normally after about 4 or 5 numbers, I'm completely done. I can't remember the digits. And even today, I was working with hundreds of thousands of rounds of ammunition, and I was able to recall them after working on other brands of ammunition. Hundreds of thousands of rounds, I was actually able to recall this, what we call a dotic, to this amount, whereas before I couldn't go over 5 numbers, and I was working on hundreds of thousands today with no problem. So I think, the Army's doing a lot of research on the TBI thing, but I really think this has an outcome to it. It may not be a cure-all, I don't know, but it's working for the cognitive part of me. It's really worked with my memory too. So. Yeah, I said earlier today, I was like, I just don't care at work. That's not what I meant. What I mean is it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I have a job to do, and I'll get it done, and I'm very good at what I do, so it's easy for me anyway. But I used to get so stressed, and so I would just come home so frustrated and so angered at the day. Now, I come home and work's gone. As soon as I get home, it's, hey, what's going on? What are we going to do? What are we doing for this? What are we doing for that? And this is what's brought that clarity, without a doubt. There's no doubt in my mind. My job's actually gotten worse over the last week or so because we're getting more of a workload. But with this, it's actually getting easier.
And what's your productivity like now compared to how it was?
A lot better than. My basic thing, because I have so many. It was more or less hard for me. I was getting everything done, but it was hard for me to do it. And now, everything's just kind of free flowing. It's still not 100%, and I'm going to continue to work on it until it is 100%. But compared to where I was a month ago to now is unbelievable. And I've been through 8 months of cognitive therapy on my brain, trying to manage me through this whole cycle. And I've done more in the last week than my rehab's actually been able to do for me for the last probably 8 months. And it's getting better, a lot better.
One night last week you told me, if I get to be 30% of where I was before, I'll be thrilled.
And I'm way above 30%. Absolutely way above 30%. I don't even know if I'm 10% of what I was, honestly. It's changed my life that much. It really has. And everything I think we do as a family and as a couple has changed everything. My whole life has turned around in a matter of a week. It's unbelievable. It really is. I normally have no energy. I don't have nothing. I'm just want to come home and go to sleep all the time, or I want to start doing something and I get irritated with that, and I go to do something else and I get irritated with that, and then I got both of them. Just a mess everywhere. I actually went through and cleaned my garage out. That's been a mess for months because I've started like 12 different projects in there and I've never finished any of them. I got, dirt bikes in pieces. I got this stuff's over there, and I just start tooling around on this thing and I just wouldn't finish it. And I don't want to do that no more. I'm going to go do this. And I think I've got everything done now. But, everything's put back together. Everything's been cleaned out. And, it's just like I have this. And that's on top of getting out of work at 5 and being here from 6 to 9 and going home and working with the kids and going back to sleep. And then, Saturday we did the Saturday thing, and then I went and worked at somebody's house till 9 o'clock Saturday night, so I got home late. I had a half a day Sunday, and I think we moved the world on that half a day. We got so much done, and normally we feel rushed, and it's like, man, by the time you get done with this, we got everything done. We actually went out to dinner. We had a great time. We went out and had ice cream. We had a great time, Spend a little bit of time with the kids when we get back during the week, and it's just awesome. I did more on the half day on Sunday that we basically worked probably a little more than half a day than I've gotten done in 6 months. And that was in a half a day. Even got my truck washed and went to the dump. Can't believe it. I was just energized all day. Even Sunday night when I was going to bed, I'm like, I'm not ready to go to bed yet. It was way past my bedtime, and I got to get up for work in the morning, but I just, whatever. I woke up, felt pretty good. I crashed into her car yesterday, so that wasn't too good, but I didn't even get mad. I mean, I drove down the driveway and I hit her car, and I'm like, that's
I
not
hit your
good.
car. I said, yeah, okay. Because any other time he would have been so angry and,
I'd have probably got out and
pissed
kicked the
off,
hell out
kicked
of
the
my
car,
truck.
whatever. And I'm like, okay, let's go look. It's not too bad. Whatever. He's looking at it. But I hit your car. Okay, you hit my car. It's got a pretty good dent in it, and you got a little blue paint on your truck, but we can fix that. No big deal.
But we
Gotta
were kind
make
of
light of it,
kind of able to kid about it, whereas before we'd have never been able to talk about it.
No.
I'd have been so mad and so frustrated that she knew it would just be something not even to bring up, because it'd probably put me into a rage and then I'd be in a bad mood. No, okay, I got it. We'll either get it fixed or we won't. It really, whatever. Yeah.
And the reaction would have been a much bigger deal than the car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would have caused all kinds of turmoil in the house. And now it's. I think I'm actually better than I was before I went to combat. I'm a pretty nice guy right now. But I mean, it's changed everything. It really has. The way I deal with people at work, it's they're noticing it. So that's a good thing, and I'm actually in an office with newer people, so I've only been with them for these last couple of weeks, and they can actually tell the difference.
What are they saying?
I'm more approachable now than I was when I first started.
Anybody that talks to me, they're like, how do you live with him? It's like, what do you mean? He's like, he is somehow, you can't approach him. I've been with him almost 19 years, so, I know how to deal with him. I said, but he's not a person that's hard to approach. He's not. But, just to look at his face and you just see it, that
I wasn't happy and stay away from me, and I'm the guy that you don't want to talk to.
Right. So it was
and that's
just
what so many people had thought for so many years, and it's like, now. I got a smile on my face, somebody asked me something, it's like, oh yeah, what can I do for you? And normally it was, what? You're bothering me, what? Why did you even come? You stopped me from doing my work to answer that question. Get out of my face. And now it's, well, what can I do for you today? So, it was weird with that girl that came into my office today. She was about in tears. She was like, this captain's mad at me. I got this captain mad at me. Everybody's mad at me. And this is just the worst day I've ever had. Man, this ammo stuff is rough. And I'm like, look, nothing getting upset ain't gonna fix it. So. She just kind of sat there and looked, what is this retard saying? I'm like, whatever. And I'm the one trying to fix everything, And she was all upset. She's like, I can't do nothing about it. You're right. And neither can I. I'm going to try to do what I can, and if it fixes it, it does. And if it don't, well, we'll figure something else out, And I've never had that dealing with anybody. Never. Normally I'm yelling and screaming and I get mad and I'll shove things off a desk and throw things on the floor and just a little fit like a little brat. But
That's
I
like
do
our
that.
son when we left the office the other day. He was talking and he kept saying, I need Harold's number. I need Harold's number. So we're like, we'll get it for you. We'll get it for you later. He says, well, you know what? He says, why do I need Harold when I got you, Dad?
Yeah.
And I was like blown away, but he didn't get the concept. I had to explain it to him what he meant. He was like,
what do I need the doctor for when I got you? It took a little while to sink in, because we've never
but
really
they never
been
would
like
have
that.
said nothing like that, ever.
It's brought us a lot closer. Tell you what, if I could wear this on a billboard and walk around everywhere, I definitely would. I'm not going to lie to you. I would. I mean, I'd be your biggest promoter. I'll go on stage in any basketball court, any football field, and say, hey, you need to do this stuff. It looks funny, but hey, you need to do it. This is after a week. I got this for the rest of my life. I was at a point, at one point, I think, when I came back from OIF, the last rotation, I was drinking almost a gallon of liquor a week. A gallon, not a pint, not a little glass here and there. A gallon a week. And sometimes we were drinking more than that. That was my resolve. And even right now, I have a beer every now and again, but I just don't have the desire to. All the stuff that I was trying to get rid of is gone, so I don't.
have a beer to socialize. You want to sit down and have a beer? Cool. Hey, let's do that. But no reason for me to get plowed into the floor where I wake up saying, "Oh my God, what happened yesterday?" Have one or two and I can actually cut it off. Whereas before I'd have one or two and I'd start feeling good, and it's like, wow, I really like the way I feel. Let me just keep until I was pretty messed up. I don't need it to make me feel good. I really don't. I got you.
Always.
It's been just in a sense, a very humbling experience. It made me really take a look at myself, and I haven't done that in a long time. I have not done it in a long time.